Kalai, hello,
Are you hearing me?
Kalai.
Yes, sir.
I think
Are
we
you
should
hearing me?
start, ma.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Kaliraj.
Okay, let us start now. Very good evening to all of you. I welcome you all for this auspicious day. And today being a third day, and it gives you a lot of differences there. Every day we brings you different facets of business and marketing management. Day one, we had a session on goal setting by Mr. Vijendran, President Vindas Pharma. We have witnessed the need and methodology need to be adapted, especially on OKR. So it was really in a session which give you a very different dimensions on how the goal setting took place. And yesterday we had a session on digitalization by Mr. Prashant Mohanty. Again, he has given not only touched upon the pharma, he has touched upon healthcare and various other aspects of the digitalization. Today, we are going to have day three on creativity. So before going into that, let me just give a little preamble on the day three. On the third day, basically, in the celebration, we have been associated with Devi Chandragata. Is the Devi who has been known or associated with Chandra. Chandra refers to moon, so that's why we comes on Monday. So this is basically indicative of the white color. So that's what today the color has actually been considered as the white. Now, why we take it as any creativity works? It's all may I request some of our colleagues to put the mic mute, please. Okay. Um, okay. So the Monday or the today the day three they've been associated with moon, where we have been actually talking today the Monday on that. The significance is that when our mind is established on one point is a divine, and it is actually very harmony and peace. So this is actually a starting point for any creativity. So that is why we have a session today on creativity. Now we'll come to the topic in a little different way. There was a case study on creativity. The author James Herman assembled the data over 30 years and conducted his own research into the link between creativity and commercial success. Crucially, he also analyzed the business results from Cannes Lions Creativity Marketeers of the Year and found that the share price of 80% of the winners was at the highest during the period leading up the winning the award. In other words, the value was at all-time high when these brands were doing most creative work. So, in a glance, basically, if you really look at it, the Lions winner suggested that the pharma marketer must be paying attention on how the creativity plays an important role, and it has a direct correlation between the success, brand winning, and even the many awards. Even if you talk about in India itself, there are so many award winners. If they have, if you one standout is their creativity. We have so many examples, especially in the many example you can see in pharma itself, which how that kind of creativity takes place. So now I think I don't want to take more time now, so let me just quickly go into the session. I warm welcome Mr. Sangardas, who is the CEO of Ratio. We have been have we had a session in the past as well. One of the case study, which is really a very interesting and an insightful case study we had, and he been really very known for the high level of creativity. The team what he has, because I've been having a close association with them on many occasions, and I think it's really a kind of different things which you can see that, especially when I enter into the office itself, it's you find a lot of differences. You can see that I feel that something different. Like we were wondering whether we are entering into the pharma company or kind of creative shop. So this is a way that this is where it's shocked about the creativity. I think he's the right person today to talk on the creativity. Now I just stop sharing my slide so Mr. Sangardas can take the sharing. Now over to speaker.
Yes, good evening all, and it's my pleasure to talk to you on a subject which is, like Kailash pointed out, it's one of my favorite subject. However, creativity is something will vary from individual to individual. So I am going to touch upon the way I have looked at creativity and I have understood creativity. So let me come to the subject. All of you are seeing in the screen something, an object, you are seeing it. Maybe some of you might be already knowing what it is. Others will know it the moment I show you my second slide. So this is actually an instrument, and this instrument was used in this sequence. Okay, this is all. I'm sure all of you are aware that this scene from the very big hit movie Sholay, and in the movie Sholay, this particular tool was used in this sequence of Kitne Aapne Di, as well as in a sequence where the entire family gets killed by Gabbar Singh. So that's where this instrument get used. And there is a story to it. There's a story to this instrument. Actually, the disc, what you see in the center, is a disc that is present. I don't know whether it is present nowadays in the four-wheelers, but it is one of the disc in four-wheelers rear wheel arrangement, where this disc will be there, which will be rotating along with the wheel. So the person who was in the car is Noor, and is a big musician India had ever seen, R.D. Burman. Okay, so when R.D. and those are the days where air-conditioned car was not very common. So whenever R.D. Burman was going in the car, when the car is going very close to the median in the Bombay roads, okay, it used to raise a peculiar sound. Even we might have noticed it. This sound is what was coming into the mind of R.D. Burman when the director of this film was insisting that no sounds should be incorporated, because the movie was preparing in a very grand scale. So R.D. Burman specifically remembered the noise which his ambassador used to make. So he asked for the circular or cylindrical frame, and he added these projections to it. And this is the tool which he used. So this work is available in the YouTube. Any one of you can see. So this is one of the great work, which is not a musical instrument, but it has come into the picture because the artist there noticed and remembered something which he had experienced whenever he was traveling in his car. And he also remembered a very gripping scene emerging where a family is getting killed, or Gabbar Singh is main character is getting played. That a particular sound was required, and he used it. Okay, so this is available in YouTube. I am going to talk about it more. So this is where this is used. I am sure all of us can readily identify what it is. It's a beer bottle. Once again, I know in the movie Sholay, all of us remember the song Mehbooba Mehbooba, and the song starts with the sound captured through a beer bottle, and there's a story to it. So when R.D. Burman was having his team members and having a gala party, so one of the guy who was part of the team member, after opening his beer bottle, this guy was blowing into the half-filled beer bottle. No, yeah, he was blowing into the bottle, and it was creating a particular sound. And R.D. Burman captured it there. He said that this sound I want it in a song, and that's how he used it in the song Mehbooba Mehbooba. So I'm giving you the stories where the principle of creativity is actually embedded. Okay, so all of us know this very popular and hit song, and there is a story behind how this song got originated. So, very, very great artist, big musician, a legend and doyen, no more. Unfortunately, he died even before he could reach 60 years of age. But the story, a documentary is available on R.D. Burman in YouTube, which is called Pancham Unmixed. And I wish all the colleagues who are in the domain of creativity, like brand managers, marketing people, I don't attach creativity only to the brand managers. I think there is a room for creativity in every function, in every domain. And a couple of examples I am going to talk about are from different domains. So if one want to be creative in terms of what that person can do, okay, R.D. Burman's work can be a great inspiration of how sharp he was in capturing the signals and making use of the signals. I very strongly believe that creativity does not mean something that is getting created newly. One can always mean that something which is newly perceived. Something newly perceived, but everything is existing all around us. It all requires sharp eyes and ears to bring in a connection. The process, we create a new perception. And that's what R.D. Burman in his work, he had shown. I'm sure that all of you remember a very popular movie of Amitabh Bachchan, Satye Pe Satta, in which this character of Amitabh, this is the introduction shot, I believe. He comes out of the jail, and the director wanted a very, very innovative novel sound to introduce the character of this guy. So the director insisted that I want a eerie sound to come. And this was a challenge for R.D. Burman. And finally, R.D. Burman decided in a particular way. So he called one of his chorus singer, Anne Pinto is her name. I think I have her photo. She's the lady. She is a playback singer and also a chorus singer in R.D. Burman songs. So R.D. Burman asked her to pour some water in her mouth and gargle. Okay, and she was amused with this type of a request. R.D. Burman said that no, first you gargle and practice, and so she started practicing pouring water in her mouth and gargling. And after she could gargle continuously for 2 minutes, R.D. Burman told her the rhythm or tune in which she has to gargle. Okay, so this sequence is available once again in YouTube. You can see. You can talk about Satye Pe Satta and the introduction of Amitabh and the gargling sound, how it is getting used. Very, very innovative. The entire theater, I believe, that it came to the edges of the seat. Okay, and we will all find it funny, the story behind it, and actually the sound is nothing but gargling by a lady. That's what the creativity that R.D. Burman had brought. So I'm very happy to talk a few perspectives of through examples of how I have understood creativity. Because I worked in an organization like Dr. Reddy's and in my current work sphere also. More than the current work, I will talk about some examples of Dr. Reddy's, an organization which has a culture of encouraging creativity. I joined Dr. Reddy's in 1990. So I was a area manager, got promoted as a brand manager, and I was very young. But this is the organization we push people to experiment, and they never got worried about failure. My first brand which I handled was a flop brand. Okay, but Dr. Reddy's did not worry too much about it. They encouraged me to be much more experimenting, and that's what had helped me to build most of the big brands in Dr. Reddy's. Okay, and that's how I could grow very strongly in Dr. Reddy's. So this is my very favorite subject, creativity, and how I have understood. So the very important point I would like to stress upon is for salespeople, we say that when the customer says no, the process of sales begins. The thing is applicable to creativity in a different way. Whenever there is a difficulty, whenever there is a limitation, whenever there is a no-go methodology, there lies the trigger for creativity. The visual aptly describes it. All of us would have experienced in our schools when we were very, very small children. Okay, how kids get triggered in the conventional slides kept in the school. So the conventional slide is the child has to climb up the ladder holding the handlebar of the ladder, go to the top, and then slide down. That's the game. But the child does it only few times. After that, once it has mastered, the child's creativity gets triggered. Okay, the child starts questioning that why I have to always climb up through the ladder, why not the other way? So you will find invariably in every park where such a ladder is present, you will find a child actually climbing the reverse side on the slopey side of the slide for it to experiment. And that's the limitation is where the creativity gets that. So this is a very beautiful example, a plant growing out of a place where it is not supposed to grow. We have seen several plants growing and emerging out of concrete walls. So wherever limitation and restriction is there, that is the fertile ground for creativity. Okay, so these limitations, I call them as frames. Okay, limitations are the frames. So frames actually set the border for somebody to become creative of what if question, or if this is the challenge I have, now how do I overcome this challenge? Okay, so the frames are not applicable only for brand management. The frames are there in every domain. Even in regulatory domain also frames are there. I'm going to talk about the example. So what are all the frames that are there for a pharma industry manager? I tried to list. This is not the complete list because in every work and every function there could be different frames. But I tried to put a few frames in which I can give a couple of examples if required. There could be a frame on segmentation. So which segment you can take this product and which segment you cannot take this product or you don't want to. You cannot is more emerging out of the products characteristic or the company's different divisions, how they operate. Based on that, a segmentation frame can be set. And in the case of product merits, any product, if you look at it, will have several merits. Okay, one of my favorite brand in that way is a brand like Keterol, which is a case study I shared a couple of months ago. Keterol is nothing but an NSAID. But you know how Keterol became a religion for dentists. Okay, so it is the merit of the product, and one particular merit which in my experience in Dr. Reddy's, we wanted to play up when we decided to launch Keterol. That's where which merit you choose, which merit you actually give away. Okay, so there could be product merits frame, product demerits frame. What is the disadvantage of the product? That puts certain restrictions. Positioning frame, especially if a company is having multiple antibiotics or multiple proton pump inhibitors. I have experienced that in Dr. Reddy's. In issue, I experienced it in the sunscreens or emollients. Positioning frames actually set the limitation of what you can do and what you cannot do. Communication frame. Okay, so what is the type of communication you can have using what medium, whether you're going to use your representative medium or a digital medium, or which medium you're, or a doctor's forum medium, where you are going to use what type of communication. There is a regulatory frame. I have a very beautiful example to talk about in the subsequent slide. Regulatory frame. Accessibility, where this product, how you are going to make this product available. So there are some products which require, okay, your cold storage facility, let us say. Then the brand manager onwards, the quality control guy onwards, for everyone, distribution people, becomes a limitation, and how they plan to overcome that. So in all these areas, okay, there could be room for creativity. Competition can actually become a challenge and set your thinking on creativity. So what creativity means to me, I define it like this. It is an ability to connect the dots, or an ability to see a relationship between seemingly unconnected subjects. So that's how I would like to define creativity, an ability to connect the dots. So what do we mean by ability to connect the dots? We can once again go back to what R.D. Burman did in his domain, in his field. So he's ability to connect a gargling sound to create a effect in the on the screen when a bad character played by Amitabh was coming out of the jail. So how he connected, okay, not a usual sound, not created by your guitar or piano or any of those known instruments, but making a woman gargle in a particular rhythm and then using it. That is the ability to connect the dots. Or the way he leveraged what he had observed in a party of one of his colleague blowing into the beer bottle, which is creating a unique sound, how he utilized it in a very popular and hit song, Mehbooba. That is ability to connect the dots. Now, in our mind, let me talk about one of my personal experience. So in Dr. Reddy's, for almost 3-4 years, I was outside India managing many of the branded generics market. So in Brazil, in the year 2008-9 financial year, a peculiar situation came related to this product, zoledronic acid. So the innovator, Novartis, had this brand Zometa. Okay, while Dr. Reddy's had Blaster, and we wanted to introduce Blaster in Brazil. And we had a very creative colleague in our regulatory affairs talent. His name is Rodrigo. Rodrigo is a guy who repeatedly analyzed, and you evaluate the challenge. Usually, when you want to launch a product in a country like Brazil, Anvisa is a big regulatory agency which ensures that the product meets their requirement. Very difficult to get through. Okay, and this you need to submit bioequivalence trials with innovator brand if you are a branded generic company. Okay, as Zometa was closing towards, moving towards its patent expiry time, and very many generic players were getting ready to launch their zoledronic acid, the company Novartis thought of a brilliant idea. What they did is they were having in the market of Brazil lyophilized form of Zometa, okay, which was patent protected, and they didn't want the innovator, some other company to pick up Zometa from the market and then do a bioequivalence study and then submit that document to the Anvisa So they just before 2 years of its patent getting expired, they suddenly stopped Zomato and introduced a ready-to-use injection form Zomato, withdrawing the existing product. They did in such a way that they took back all the stocks even from the retail market, so that no other company can smell that and pick up some samples. So this is where this was really a challenge, and our Rodrigo was repeatedly studying the regulatory framework in the Anvisa books as well as in Brazil country. Dr. Reddy's had developed this lyophilized form of a blaster, which was there already in the Indian market. Now, Rodrigo identified one particular class of getting innovator status for a product which may be existing in any form in Brazil. Okay, he identified that a particular rule available in Anvisa book, and the eureka moment for him appeared immediately. Okay, so instead of so he said he devised the strategy. Okay, that instead of taking the Dr. Reddy's zoledronic acid as a branded generic version, he said that let us apply as a innovator company, because this lyophilized form is not available anywhere in Brazil. Novartis is also not available anywhere there. So we have a rule and we can use this. Okay, that's the eureka moment, and it's very, very interesting. Dr. Reddy is suddenly got a innovator status for blaster in Brazil. Okay, but in the subsequent year, in the year 2010, Dr. Reddy's decided to hive away the market to GSK at that time for a strategic reason. So at that time, this brand Blaster, which was just launched in Brazil, we sold to Glenmark and then moved out of the country, Brazil at that time. So this is an example of a regulatory talent connecting the dots in a very tough or difficult situation of identifying a particular rule which provides. So the conventional methodology of thinking is you are a branded generic player. If you are a branded generic player, you need to do a bioequivalent study. You need to pick up the samples and do that and submit the documents. Everything this regulatory talent kept out and approached in a novel way. That's because he was able to connect a rule that was existing in Anvisa about getting innovator status with a branded generic product like Blaster. Great success. Another example is some of you may know this personality. His name is Dr. Erilson, and on this side you are seeing a brand. Absorb is a very big brand. It's several crores in size, and I know that Sun Pharma is taking the lead to take it to OTC now. Okay, so there is a very interesting story behind this brand, Absorb. It's a product of Crosslands. Crosslands, as you know, it started as a dermatology company, and this product was launched sometime in 88 or 89. And you should listen to this story from Dr. Eilerson. So Eilerson, he is my close friend. We have been working together right from Dr. Reddy's days, and now even in Curatio. So what's the story behind Absorb? Absorb is an antifungal powder. Okay, so during the year 87, I think, this IADVL Congress was happening at Calcutta. And at that time, 87 is long ago. So young Dr. Eilerson with another young key opinion leader from the Chennai, dermatologist, is a key opinion leader today. So these two doctors traveled to Calcutta. Okay, Eilerson from Crosslands and this KOL from Chennai, they traveled to Calcutta. And Eilerson was, they took a room at Kenilworth in Esplanade. And Eilerson was taking bath. And suddenly he heard the knock at his room. So Eilerson peeped out to find this KOL, today's KOL, standing there only with his dhoti and lungi, and then checking with Eilerson whether he has stratum powder. Now Eilerson was amazed why this dermatologist is asking for stratum powder, and no, he said that no, I don't carry. And the puzzle in his mind for Dr. Eilerson was, because he was believing, Eilerson is a pharmacologist, he was strongly believing that antifungals, okay, no, it has to be given either as a cream or no, ointment or oral. But as a pharmacologist, no, this fungal, no, antifungal preparation getting absorbed through the skin when it is applied as a powder is very remote. That was the logic he has studied in pharmacology. So he was wondering that how a dermatologist like this person is asking for stratum. So that was lingering in his mind right through the time when he was taking bath. Then no, they go down to the restaurant for morning breakfast. So in the morning breakfast, there were another 3-4 dermatologists in the table. So Eilerson asked this dermatologist, "Doctor, no, I thought that you people, no, you will not use this type of a product because there is no way this product is going to be used. You either you have to use it as a cream or ointment or oral preparation." That's the conversation Eilerson picked up, and this replied, "Yeah, you are saying what it is right, but I use it absorbent. Okay, I use it as a absorbent." That's what this doctor had said. So that was striking something in Dr. Eilerson's mind. Then they complete their IADVL program. He came back. So Eilerson opened his book of Fitzpatrick. I know, I am sure all of you are aware, Fitzpatrick is a very, very standard reference book in the dermatology field. He referred to Fitzpatrick book, and there was a line which is very boldly written that there is talc, not there is, talc are not absorbents. Fitzpatrick was very clearly saying talcs are not absorbents. So Eilerson, being a very youngster, he immediately asked for this stratum, and I think at that time this Glenmark was also available in the powder form. So he picked up 2 packs in the Chennai market, and he found that everyone was using talc in their preparation. So that's where Eilerson started exploring that what could be replacing the usage of talc. And no, rest of the story is known. So I am not getting into the technical details. So Eilerson developed this idea, and he shared that idea with G.K. Ramamurthy, who was leading Crosslands. And he said that this is what I read in Fitzpatrick, and these are the 2 formulations available in the market that talcs do not absorb. So G.K. Ramamurthy picked up the faxed it, means to Bombay Crosslands office. G.K. Ramamurthy picks it up and he reads it. He calls Eilerson over STD, and then, "Are you sure that you've seen it? You have seen the competitor, and no, you are working on this preparation?" Eilerson says yes. Then G.K. Ramamurthy immediately gives a name there itself. Okay, use the name Absorb, because Fitzpatrick is saying that the talcs are not absorbent. So he uses the name Absorb, and there they created the story behind Absorb. Huge success, and today it is several crores brand. In fact, if you talk to Eilerson, you get an opportunity, you can talk to him the story behind Volini, how it got created, Mobizox, how it got created. So, and the combination of biotic, probiotic. Okay, he works a lot on differentiated products. So how connecting the dots? Okay, so connect dots, if you look at it, what I have said as a statement, okay, what the personal experience he went through when he was taking bath, and then a trigger coming to another colleague, a dermatologist, asking for something, and then cross-checking. So that dot giving a inquisitive feeling of, no, I need to find it out further. And the whole thing cumulatively giving rise to a brand idea. That story behind Absorb brand. And he will have several such stories. So I am coming to the marketing team members or marketing colleagues and developing a marketing idea and team. So how do we get these ideas? How do we actually know that this is a dot and then be connected? My experience, because I have worked for significant period as a brand manager and experienced several of these things, that unfortunately it is not because of my age now, but I find that nowadays this reading got severely affected, reduced, because for people search in Google for everything. Okay, so in that key word they put it and then they search for cut and paste answer. But if you read, good reading, complete book reading, if you do, you will get significant triggers for developing a good theme, good idea. Reading does not necessarily mean that whatever you read, you have understood. So you have to repeatedly chew. So that's why I showed that film of a cow there, photo of a cow there, because these animals are known for chewing it again and again. That's what is needed for a creative person. So chew the subject repeatedly. Look for inspiration and triggers in what you are reading. Inspiration could be available everywhere. I am going to talk about one of my personal example when I was handling brands. So how that inspiration came. All that is needed from you is sharp listening ability as well as observing ability. If you have both, then triggers are available everywhere. Triggers could come through data analysis. Triggers can come through customer interaction. Triggers can come through a discussion with the colleagues. It can come in corridor talks. So anywhere the triggers can come through, provided we keep our eyes and ears wide open. So one of the check that one need to remember is looking for connectivity and consistency. Many people in brand management and creative area, sometimes they get this feeling, I am very creative, but my boss is not allowing. Okay, everything is getting rejected. Now, there's really a problem with the boss. That's a different story. But no, we all have a tendency to fall in love with what we have created. So I always suggest that be cautious. Okay, if you think that you have got that trigger of connecting something, okay, think about it and leave it aside. See whether it is giving you the same feeling after 24 hours. See if it is giving you the same excitement after 48 hours or after 3 days. Only when it gives you that excitement. So it is not a solution fixing type of an excitement. It is more about when the more and more I think about it, I get a feeling of excitement. I can bring in several related subjects to what I am thinking about. Type of adrenaline, if it is getting pumped in you, that is the one which you should be taking up for approval. Not that whatever that you think is creative is going to be creative. Okay, so do not rush for finalizing. Mull over, repeatedly look at what you think is a great idea. Look before you leap is what I suggest. So I am going to give you a example of Reclide. Okay, a brand for which the entire communication team and the idea, no, I worked for it. Reclide is now, I believe it is about 80 crore or 80 crore plus brand, Reclide and Reclide MR. What you see in the visual is actually my hand drawing, the mnemonic, what you see as a hand, where the key is rotating, circulating. Usually people with a sort of very vibrant characters, people who are very vibrant, very active, they have this tendency of rotating the key. That was used as the mnemonic. But let me tell you how that idea came. Okay, we said to recover the drive in diabetics. So this is all, this has happened in Hyderabad. Okay, so we have the task of launching glycoside. At that time, Dr. Reddy's is not a diabetes therapy player. In fact, Dr. Reddy's had very few brands till it acquired company American Remedies. So just four brands made Dr. Reddy's turnover at that time, which are Omaze, Enam, Norvet, and Ciprolet. These four brands made Dr. Reddy's turnover at that point of time. So at that time, the company decided, because Dr. Reddy's research was focused more towards diabetology. So from a strategy perspective, we felt that even before our new chemical entity research molecule comes into the market, we should build a bridge with doctors in the therapy of diabetes. So we decided to launch glycoside. At that time, Dimicron brand was there. No, Anesia had one brand. I think Micro and Recon Laboratories had brands of glycoside. So Dr. Reddy's was late to launch this product. And the challenge was, how do we make the doctors accept Reclide being a new player in the anti-diabetic portfolio? What do we do? How do we differentiate ourselves? Okay, so only when the challenge of no, how do we communicate to the customer, take the brand customer in a different way than the competition. That's the element of strategy. The mind start working. So I was thinking repeatedly about what do we do. And once I was coming, no, at the time I had only a two-wheeler. So I was riding my Hero Honda in the Begumpet flyover. I was coming down. In the Amirpet is the place where our office used to be. And I was coming down the slope near the country club in the Begumpet flyover, where when I was riding the bike down, just opposite to me, a new big hoarding was there for Opel Astra car. Okay, so there was a big hoarding. Opel Astra car was shown as a big visual, and it only asked the question, would you like to take a drive? Okay, so would you like to take a drive? That was there. So that word drive in the caption at that point of time, it gave me the trigger that why not I use the word drive. Okay, because diabetic patients usually they become very tired very often. So what they lack is a drive in them. So why not I bring back the drive? So that's where the dots got connected. I created this drawing because I'm good at drawing some doodles. So I created this drawing and gave it as a mnemonic for the brand to recover the drive in diabetics was the selling line we created. I think today it is continuing in Reclide promotion. Not just this. The next photo I will show you. Okay, when this brand was launched, you will be surprised to know that we conducted a car rally, fun car rally for consultant physicians and diabetologists across 27 cities in the country. 27 cities we conducted Reclide car drive. See how we connected what we were communicating to an activity engaging the customer. In the current scenario, conducting a car rally and all is certainly far-fetched. Okay, but in 90s it was possible, and we conducted a car rally in 27 cities. And we should see the enthusiasm of the doctors participate in this car rally. In fact, the car rally idea also came because of the observing nature. So just at the time of this launch of Clyde, there was in the Tank Bund Road, there was a vintage car rally. And three of our customers, three doctors, our customers, they had the vintage cars. And they were so enthusiastic about that vintage car rally in Tank Bund Road. And I clearly see as a brand manager, the enthusiasm that they have to participate in that rally. So that's where I felt, I have a theme which says that drive is the theme. So recover the drive in diabetics is what we are claiming. Why not we conduct a car rally for doctors? So we conducted a car rally. And what was the outcome? Okay, even Kaleraj said earlier that without commercial success, okay, you cannot claim something very creative. If we say that we have done something very creative, it should become commercially successful. So Reclide, despite being a late into the market, climbed to #1 position in terms of market share in 2 years' time. And today it's about a 80 crore brand, Reclide and Reclide MR put together. It stands the test of time. Whatever creative element that you are bringing in, it stands the test of time. So that's the story behind Reclide success. I have talked a lot about Ketorol DT, where everything was a constraint. In the case of Ketorol DT, scientifically the product cannot be used for more than 4 or 5 days because it causes severe gastric irritation. It was a limitation. So we said that we will not take it to all across the customer segments. We will take it only to dentists, where in dental practice, the prescription lasts only for 3 days. So whether the product merit or demerit, or narrowing down the segment, promotion segment only to the dentist. Even the DT, the term DT is dispersible tablet, which all of you know. But we told the dentist, Dr. Ketorol is made only for you. That's why we have called it as DT, Ketorol for dentists. That's why DT. This prescription for a smile, even today it has not changed. One of the important thing in marketing is being consistent and continuous. Okay, so even today, Ketorol DT, the positioning has not changed. And you look at a Ketorol DT, it's a 8 crore or 85 crore brand for Dr. Reddy's. It has crossed even the brand NICE. And every year it grows by 24%, 25%. Okay, and you can imagine that the cost therapy, the dosage is a limitation for Ketorol DT. But for dentists, okay, this dosage is not an issue. Dosage can be easier once a day or twice a day if it is for long-term therapy. For 2 days, 3 days therapy, the patient themselves feel happy if they are taking the tablets too frequently. So all these insights got converged into Ketorol DT relaunch. So whatever competitors who have tried to look at the success of Ketorol DT and launch this brand, they couldn't replicate what had gone behind 10 years of work between 2004, the relaunch time of Ketorol DT, to 2010. Whatever that had happened in that period, no other company could duplicate that. And so it is a big success story. Ketorol DT for dentists, it is a religion. And it is a product because we connected the dots. There is a difficulty. Other orthopedics cannot use it, but why not dentists? Okay. So that's where this idea of connecting the dots come in. As I said, in business context, commercial success is the key. Okay, measurement for applauding creativity. I would not stop here. I would add one more sentence in this, that is, in business context, commercial success standing the test of time. So you look at the examples which I quoted through Dr. Eilarasan's story of how he connected the dots. Okay, in the case of Volini or Absorb powder, or in the case of Reclide, what I have shared. Okay, all these things have stood the test of time. Okay, and they are still growing, and that's where the creativity gets applauded or recognized. I'm just sharing for those of you who are interested that how did I started developing creativity. Okay, so this is a small exercise which I practiced after listening to one of the training team of Yerevan. It is called long ago, 94 or 95 is the time where I attended their session, and it is ringing a bell in my side. So I am just sharing that example with you. So what you see on the screen, if you are given some time, let us say 2 minutes or 3 minutes, okay, describe what you see on the screen. Okay, all of us will have the tendency, we will say that, okay, I can list down about 6 definitions or 8 definitions. Some much more able people will say, I can create about 10 or 12 definitions for what is this visual. Okay, but actually one can create not 7 or 12, one can create 1700, 17,000 variants for the same visual. That's what I understood long ago while learning creativity. So I thought I'll just explain it to you. So the usual answers for describing this structure is some people will start with it is a ball. Okay, so okay, let us write it is a ball. Some people will write that it is a planet. It looks like a moon. So Kalairaj said today is Monday, moon. So it's a planet, it's a moon. Some people will say, no, it is a aerial view of a tabletop. Some people will say that it is a shape. Circle is a shape. Some people will say to poke fun at people like me that array is Shankar Das photograph from a aerial view. That also people can say it's the head of a totally bald guy. Okay, some people will say that it is an electrical bulb. Some people will say that it is a wheel. Okay, some will say that it is a ring or it is well. Okay, it is a definition of a well. Okay, so it is an emoticon. Nowadays in WhatsApp, we use a lot of emoticon. So it's an emoticon, smiley face is coming up. So different explanation. But we will, like this, we will go only maybe 10, 12 or 17 in a given time. But you will be surprised that each of these, what I have said, can actually give rise to hundreds and thousands of other extrapolation. And that's what creativity means. Let us take somebody writing it as a ball. Now a ball can be a cricket ball, a tennis ball. Okay, so two variants can. Okay, a ball can be a rubber ball. Okay, a hard ball. A ball can be aluminum ball or a steel ball. So you start applying frames to take ball as a basic framework, and only in ball you start expanding. Okay, different sports theme, different metal themes. Like that, you can keep expanding. Now you say that no planet frame. Now in planet, it could be a moon, it could be a sun, it could be Saturn. Okay, everything can be a planet. It will start expanding there. No, you are taking it as like a bulb. Now it could be a white bulb, it could be a red color bulb, it could be a blue color bulb. So colors can be applied. So for each of that answer, you can create multiple choices. This one simple exercise, which I have learned long ago for triggering and stimulating creativity, which helped me significantly. So let me again state that creativity is nothing but the ability to connect the dots. Now, having said that, in what conditions no creativity actually gets built and encouraged? Very simple. That the term your company has two meaning. It is not only the organization with which you are working for. There are several organizations which encourage innovation, creative mindset, do not punish experimentation and failure. Okay, I have very clearly seen that there is no penalty or punishment for experimenting in a company like Dr. Reddy's Laboratory. I certainly do the same thing in my current company as a CEO, that there is no punishment for experimentation. People can make mistakes. So, yeah, an organization creates the right type of environment which can trigger creativity. Not only that, there is an individual responsibility. What type of company you have around you, the company of friends, company of colleagues. So one of the important thumb rule is keep all negative people away, negative thoughts away. People who pass a judgment on everything immediately, those are all the people that this will not work, this will fail. Those are all the people, negative thoughts and negative people, to ensure that you are not keeping them as your company. So your company of the circle of friends and people. Luckily for me, I was blessed to have many people who were encouraging me. As a company, Dr. Anji Reddy himself was creative because he was a scientist. Okay, so you know that the scientists are great creative people. That's how they find the solution. Satish Reddy, everyone was encouraging creativity. So no any brand, yeah, no, even today when Dr. Reddy's launch a brand, the name given for that brand is the name which I have saved 20 years ago. So all these things, happens because the environment is conducive enough for you to become creative. I will conclude with this slide. You please log on to YouTube and type Pancham Unmixed R.D. Burman. You put it, you will get this 2-hour documentary. It will never appear like a documentary. It's a story, except in the fag end for 15 minutes. It is slightly, into the difficult days of R.D. Burman when he was not having adequate chances. But you will understand different behavior and characteristic of a creative guy. How this guy was keeping his eyes and ears very open. He was ready to pick up idea from anywhere, any of his team members, not worried about what idea from where he is taking about. He wanted to give good music, and for that he was keeping his eyes and ears open. I would have seen this film at least 2-3 times. I have this film is not very old. Okay, this is a very recent film. But no, in Curatio, many of my colleagues, including the new product development team members, they have all gone through this film, okay, in outbound programs, because this film gives an insight into how the creative brains work. And if only we can emulate the type of individuals who have practiced creativity, getting that creative gene in our blood is not very difficult. That's what I believe. I wish you all the best. I hope I have given adequate logic behind creativity with examples. Thank you, Kaleraj.
Thank you, Mr. Sangardas. I think it's really a good journey for us to really being with you. And I think the very interesting examples or the kind of storylines of two products like Observe. In fact, I was in the runbacks for quite some time. We handled the product. Honestly, I didn't know the story of this, and it was really a very interesting story. I think many of us should be knowing it, and there are a lot of stories behind that. And another is a Reclide. Reclide, even though we've been seeing that the mnemonic, how it is coined, how it made a strong dent on the doctor's mind, I think it is really a interesting thing. Now let us ask a couple of questions. Before moving to the questions, let us just give me a brief summarizing on what we have discussed so far. Um, Very lovely got the way you have put it on the segmentation frame, product spirits frame, the product merits frame, positioning frame, communication frame, regulatory frame, accessibility frame, competition frame. I think this is all 8 frames. I think should actually give a kind of channelize our thinking or channelize our creativity. So that's why I think things starting on that. And we know that this is a cloud. If any particular MR or doctors, if you're going to, MR is presenting a doctor, we've been seeing this kind of so many brands, so many things are there. So you find a big clutter on that. So how to stand out? It is where the creativity gives you the answer. These are the 2 stories what we have seen and observed and reflect. I think this both, fortunately, I've been associated directly or indirectly with these 2 brands. Observe being with the company were associated. Reclide have been one of the brands which I've been watching from both sides. That when I was in Banisha as well as when I was in Ranbaxi. Now, just want to a very related story of Clycidium. I think it is very similar to what I think Absorb story or Reclade story. The same thing happened on Clycidium as well. When we're actually from Clycid to Clycidium, when we are moving, we were actually thinking of kind of some kind of mnemonic or some kind of associated picture we want to really see. What we can do that. So this is actually we do a brainstorming and where we all team were there, and that time Mr. Ramana was there and Chetana was the brand manager for this product. So we were actually discussing this one. So that one idea which come was when we say we were actually talking, okay, which target segment we want to do that. Then they told that it's going to be for a obese patient. So when you say obese, what are the products have been associated with the obese? then we have listed out various products. Of this product, immediately the pumpkin actually the moment you say it gives a kind of something very strongly it got a recall. So then we tested with the doctors. I remember we have tested this concept of some 3 4 mnemonic with a few doctors when I was heading the market research with Panacea. Then I went and talked to the doctor, and they have told that okay, you associate this which have a very strong connotation, and I think that made a Clydesdale a very mega brand. In fact, it has actually made even almost 2 to 3 times bigger than Clydesdale. So this was actually in a history where actually it again further stresses that the need of the association. Creativity is intelligence having a fun. I think definitely we say that creativity, WITY. So this is where actually we want to see a creativity. So this is one we want to see, and it is a wild mind in a disciplined eye, as Parker said. So another way of looking at this, what is actually the creativity? What you are looking for is who is looking. So this is you have to think what actually you're looking. You have to really keep it in mind that who is looking that. I think in the moment if you think that, definitely you cannot do that. So now let us just cut up some 2 3 questions which we have come across to us. The first question is in the new normal, which major innovation has seen the light of the day till now? This actually we'll see that will come to the how can the sales team use creativity to improve the sales? Because most of the time we relate creativity with marketing teams. Is it Sangarda?
So the first question in the new normal, which major innovation have seen the light of the day? I don't know whether to restrict it only to pharma industry or other thing, but the major innovation is, I will say, across the business and across the organization, suddenly multiple hundreds and thousands of people are talking about digital tools. So I think the digital format is the innovation, and our own Zoom meetings itself is a great innovation which has enabled across very many businesses to save significant cost despite the companies taking a hit. If you really look at it, every company could run their meetings smoothly, saving traveling time as well as traveling cost. I think I would give the innovation merit is what changes that are happening in terms of digital medium and the digital tools. They are taking the light of the day, and I think they will continue to dominate our lives in the coming years too. So that would be my answer for the new normal scenario. While digital will not replace the conventional methodology of a human being going and creating the demand. So that will not be replaced, but digital will become an additional powerful, strong tool. So that's my answer to that question. And Kalaraj, please show me the second question.
Yeah, how can the
Yeah.
sales
So
team
how can the yeah see
use?
the sales team is the team which actually they are in the stage. I It's my favorite question that for marketing people it is one briefing which they have with the sales team, and in case the sales teams are operating in different regions, then it is so many briefings. But for the salesperson, every customer is actually enacting a stage play. He's playing a drama. So unless he is going to be creative, okay, he is very, very unlikely. So to one doctor, no, he is saying that he is talking about, let us say, an IADVL forum or an academic forum. But to another doctor, he will be totally changing his tune to the doctors, like of the way doctor had decorated his clinic with some paintings. Now this transformation what the salesperson is bringing in his conversation is actually creative. But for that to happen, let us understand that the salesperson should have a love for his job. If the salesperson thinks that this is the only way I can make some money, okay, then the creativity, one of the requirement is one should feel happy about what they are doing. So if I am going to operate in an area in a job where I am not going to be happy, then there is no creativity. So actually, in my opinion, even in this video, if you happen to see, okay, so there was a peculiar situation when Pancham was facing R.D. Burman, because his father was a great musician, S.D. Burman. So whenever people approached in the initial days R.D. Burman, okay, they will ask for okay music like your father had given music. That's how. So this R.D. Burman was finding it difficult. So this is actually told by Asha Bhosle. You can listen to her. So Pancham, this R.D. Burman started doing one trick. Okay, he will make his musical note and tune, and any director who is you give me a tune, then this R.D. Burman will find enact all difficulty, and then he will say, actually, Dad had created one tune which he has not given to anybody. If you are interested, I will give it to you. Okay, that's the preamble he will give, and that new director and producer will say, yeah, give it. And the moment he will give his own music to them, they will all say, see, this is what is S.D. Burman is. Now this is a tactic. Okay, so this type of every clinic, every interaction, that tactics is the area where the field person can become creative. Okay, so you have to give them that josh to the people. Okay, I in the last 8 months in Curatio, we have done certain digital activities and exercises. I am not sharing it right now because I said I myself has said that commercial success only can applaud creativity. So right now, me sharing it is me applauding my own work. So that let the results come. Maybe after 2 years in another forum, I'll be in a position to talk about it. But in this activity, 700 of our field force had participated. What else we need from the sales team other than this type of a participation in a creative exercise? So that's how I will talk about. If the brand manager is interesting to the field guy, okay, the brand manager is in a position to articulate interesting stories. The field guy gets that josh in his blood. He goes and plays a Shah Rukh Khan character in every clinic. So that's where the creativity comes in for the sales guy. If we think the field guy, sales guy job is nothing but a parrot, he has to repeat everything, then we are defeated there itself. The thinking itself defeat. But every clinic is adding a value to the conversation. It's a dialogue delivery. It's a drama stage. So that if you start thinking, you will find your representative becoming a creative guy. And for that, the product management should enact, they should give such a adrenaline pumping stories for the people to go and enact. That would be my response.
Thank you. There's another comment on that. I think we people always think that creativity can be applied to the innovator, but your example showed that is an eye opener. Thanks. There's another kind of point is that during the lockdown, many pharma companies spent money for sanitation of hospitals, providing PPEs. But if pharma companies would have partnered with the bank and provided lower interest-free loans to HPs, would that be been helpful for building a relationship with them?
So I will give my opinion. Okay, so what is the core purpose of your business? Okay, so that question should be, this I learned from one of my boss by name Jaspal Bajwa, under whom I worked between 2004 to 2010, 6 years. Always he will ask this question, what business we are in? Okay, so anything that we do, okay, it should have a connection to business we are in. So in that way, I will have reservation for some of these thoughts. I know one company which was actually playing tambola with the doctors. Not in lockdown time. I'm saying that as a methodology to deal with the doctors, they were playing tambola. Now, I have seen them doing it for 2 years, but no, even after 5 years, those brands where they played Tambola, I have not seen them any market share. So we should be very careful is what I would say. There has to be a connectivity. Okay, so applied car rally, I said. But remember that there is a strong connectivity with that positioning statement of Reclide with that rally that was taken up as an activity. Like that, if you can build a connectivity, then go ahead. It should check with at least 2, 3 other people the way you feel connected, whether that idea is giving that connectivity with other 3, 4 people. Go to objective people and check with them. And if your answer is yes, this is the adrenaline pumping idea, then go ahead and experiment. Never hesitate to experiment, because when you win, you win. When you don't win, when you fail, you learn. Hence, you win. So, 1 or 2 experiments are absolutely fine. So, if interest-free loans and other thing, once again, I have my reservation. I have seen a company called SOL, Standard Organics Limited, how they engaged the doctors in an antihistamine brand called Alday. They collected money from doctors and promised them huge interest return to Alday bonds. And the entire doctor community became very bitter once the SOL got wound up. So those things, financial transactions and other things are very tricky areas. I am not passing any judgment. So you have to to benefit your purpose of the organization, brand positioning or therapy positioning, then experiment.
So Vijendran would like to share some thoughts.
Yeah.
Shankar, very nice. I think after a very long time, I enjoyed the conversation. Spellbound, I must say. Lots of learning for me individually as well, and I'm sure I'm going to, ask many people to apply the principles that you have put to practice today. Very, very critical is the journey of that creative execution, the thoughts, and for me, the take home, more than the marketing creativity, the uniqueness and strategy part, is the field force dimension that you gave, where every call can be a creative call from an interface that a person has with the customer, and how he can enact a Shah Rukh Khan role in every clinic. And I think that is a very, very telling example of creativity in sales management. A huge, huge learning for me. And I must say a big thank you to you, because a learning at any stage of life is a great experience. And I'm deeply thank you for this wonderful experience that you've given to me. I'm sure it'll play a very critical role. There's only one area where I possibly would not say disagree. I would say that I would experiment with it and possibly see whether it works for the business. Very recently, AIOCD AWACS, through the various companies, had worked through the concept of providing loans through ICICI Bank for early clearance of bills. And that has worked very well. So therefore, the same creativity that you're talking about, somebody asked about providing finances, but here is a question of providing the same thing, which is in synergy with the business and working around it. And what it means, therefore, is a creative idea. If you find a way to attract it towards your business focus, then that becomes a very creative expression of what one can do. And I would possibly try it out and then come to the conclusion whether it meets the core purpose or not.
Agreed.
Otherwise,
Agreed.
one of
Agreed.
the most lovely sessions that I've heard in a very long time. And thank you very much, Shankar Das. I'm sure I will go back a richer man in understanding creativity better than what I knew till today. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Thank you,
thanks
Mr.
a lot.
Mhm. Thank you, Mr. Vijendran, and thank you, Mr. Sangardas, for a really a very insightful session. I think this is a very, very insightful session, and we have a very unknown storylines, and definitely it will stimulate the people to really think and tune themselves for a creative minds. Tomorrow, day 4, we will be having Mr. Vivek Hatangadi. We will have a session on aligning sales and marketing to build a cohesive corporate team. Today, the current situation is posing a big challenge that on how to integrate sales and marketing, and especially how to keep sales team motivated and how they can go. There will be kind of so much of constraints, so much of challenges in the field. So that how it actually been really see that there was a couple of LinkedIn posting. I could see that even the CEO, the head of the business units, they be traveling into the field and interacting with them and talking to them and saying that okay, they are also with them always. So that's the kind of motivation they give to the field. So this is what actually we can see that. So there is a one way to look into that. So we will see a many good stories and many good thinking insights tomorrow. So with that, I think we will close the session. Thank you very much for all participants and speakers and panel members being with me and with us today. Thanks for being with us. And webinars are enabling you not just to think but also to perform. So with this, let me conclude the session. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Very good. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.